Hello, hockey fans, and welcome to NHL Draft Pros.
Shoots, he scores!
On today's video, we're going to take a look at the top 16 rankings for the 2025 NHL Draft class. And if you stick around till the end of the video, I'll tell you where you can get access to my top 32 rankings, so watch till the end. And if you want to see some highlights of these prospects, head over to NHL Draft Pros on YouTube. And can you please help the channel grow by hitting that subscribe and like button? I'd really appreciate it. Thank you. All right, this draft is going to change a lot throughout the season. Even the first overall pick is up for grabs. So expect a lot of changes moving forward. So as of right now, number 16 on the list, we have Jake O'Brien. And so far this year, playing for Brantford in the OHL, he has 28 points in 23 games. And he's a pretty tall prospect at 6'2", a little light though at 170 pounds. So last season, O'Brien was one of only a few 16-year-old CHLers who averaged over a point a game. He had 64 points in 61 games. So we know there's some offensive touch in his game, and look for those numbers to progress as the season moves on. And that will definitely help him fall within the top 20, definitely the top 15. And so Jake O'Brien, he's number 16 on the list right now. At number 15, we go out to the dub, Blake Fiddler, who has 9 points in 22 games. And look at his size, 6'4" and 209 pounds, and he's a right-handed D. The NHL love right-handed D. And yet, you know what? He's a solid two-way D with some good mobility. He was the captain for Team USA at the Hlinka Gretzky and was, shows that he's got good leadership. Now, I'm not sure if the offensive upside is there, but you definitely have a good two-way D, a solid two-way D, and that is always sought after in the NHL. So Blake Fiddler, he's number 15 on our list. All right, moving on. Number 14, we have from Czechia, Radim Mrtka. And right now, he's up and down in the Czech league, but he has 1 point in 10 games in the men's top division there, and he's 6'6", so he's a big kid. And the one thing with Mrtka, like I said, you're not going to see a lot of offensive upside, but he's big and he likes to compete, and that is always attractive to NHL GMs. So I think if he can, play pretty good defensive role in all his games, he'll be a top 15 pick for sure. So Radim Mrtka, he's at number 14 on our list. Okay, moving forward, we have number 13, and that is out in a dub again, Lyndon Lakovic. Now look at his size, 6'4", 185. He has 28 points in 23 games, so not too shabby on the offensive front already. Now, he's a big winger, and he's putting up decent numbers in a dub, like I said, and he brings a power forward type game to the rink. If he can, finish out the season strong, I'd say that he could be potentially or definitely a top 15 pick. So good skater, hard worker, big kid. Yes, those are definitely attributes that the NHL loves. So Lyndon Lakovic, he's number 13 on the list as of November. Number 12, we're moving on, and another D from the dub, and that's Jackson Smith. He's 6'3", 390 pounds, and he has 21 points in 23 games, so he's putting up some decent numbers already. And he's a big D with some nice offensive skills, like I said, and he's decent defensively as well. Now, he's another prospect that if he maintains the point production, that can definitely lead to him being selected pretty high come June. So Jackson Smith, number 12. All right, number 11. Lucky 11, we got Ivan Ryabkin out of the MHL in Russia. Right now, he's up and down all over the league there, VHL, KHL, MHL, but in the MHL and Junior League, he had 8 points in 9 games. So we're expecting a little bit more from Ivan Ryabkin because last year he had 58 points in 44 games as a 16-year-old, which is very impressive. That D-1 season is phenomenal, actually. We aren't seeing the confidence and the magic with the puck as we did last season. He gained a little weight, and so maybe that's kind of, affecting him. But if his numbers remain average for the rest of the year, look for Ryabkin rankings to slide a little bit. So Ryabkin, he's at number 11. At number 10 on our list, we are moving over to the OHL, and Malcolm Spence is next on the list. He has 29 points in 23 games. He's a big power forward, 6'3", 200 pounds. Yeah, he's a hard worker. Love the work ethic on Malcolm Spence. And he's one of those players that just buzzes around the ice. He's chasing pucks down. He's using the body, and he's putting up decent numbers. So that's always something that NHL GMs really like to see. And look at that little pass right there. That's not a bad little dish right there from Malcolm Spence. So putting up some numbers. He was really good at the Hlinka there. And so I'm looking for him to stay top 10 for sure. Malcolm Spence, he's number 10 on the list. Moving on, number 9, we have from Sweden, Victor Eklund, the brother of William Eklund in San Jose. He has 15 points in 20 games in the second division in Sweden for men. He's 5'11 and 160 pounds, so he's a little bit on the lighter side, but another player who has really good work ethic. He darts around the ice, not afraid to get engaged physically, in the corners, along the wall, and in front of the net. He attacks the hard areas. Got a really good shot, actually. Look at that right there. And so, yeah, he's number 9 on our list, Victor Eklund. Number 8, moving on to the NCAA, and that is Logan Hensler, right-handed D, 6'2", 196 pounds, 4 points in 11 games playing for Wisconsin. So not big offensive numbers, but what he lacks in offense, he is really good defensively. I like his game. He's a great skater. He's a right-handed D, big kid. So, watch this little defensive play right here. You're going to see good stick activity. Yeah, he's one of those defensive D. Last year playing for the NDTP had like 30 points. So there is a little potential there, but we're not seeing it just yet. So Logan Hensler, he's number 8 on the list. Number 7, Anton Frondel. We're expecting a lot more from Anton Frondel this season. He hasn't really lived up to the hype. He has 2 points in 5 games. Same thing, playing in Sweden, the second division there. And he's 6 feet and 196 pounds. So he's a good-sized kid, but looking for more offensive production. Like, look at this shot right here. Just blew up that bottle right there. So that's the kind of things that we want. This is at the Five Nations recently, and we're just not seeing it yet. So, if he can finish off strong, then he might climb up the rankings a little bit. But right now, I got him at number 7 on this November list. Number 6, one of my favorite players in this draft, Caleb Desnoyers, playing out of the Q, and he has 31 points in 20 games. He's 6'2", and he can play either the wing or center, so that's a nice thing to have. And I just love everything about Caleb Desnoyers. Hard worker, got some decent hands. Look at this, just splits the D right there and buries it. So, yeah, got a little offensive upside. If he can finish off the season strong and put up some really good numbers, he could be a top 5 pick for sure. I like everything about his game. He's number 6 on my list right now. The top 5, here we go. Number 5, Roger McQueen. Check out these numbers before he got injured. 8 games, 8 goals, 11 points. He's 6'5", almost 200 pounds. Yeah, those are numbers that you like to see in a draft-eligible prospect. Fortunately, like I said, has missed a bunch of the season so far. When he gets back, can he continue on that tear? If he can, he'll definitely remain in the top 5. If he, falls a little bit in his point production, we'll see what happens. But he's number 5 as of right now on this list. Okay, the top 4, you know what? The top 4, it can go any which way. Right now, I have the big forward from Brampton, Porter Martone. I just actually saw him today live. I went to Brampton, watched the game. He's 6'3", 200 pounds. He had 4 points today, actually. And right now he has 43 points in 21 games. So he is putting on a clinic for the Brampton Steelheads. And like I said, the top 4 right now, like that first overall pick is wide open. And he falls within, the potential for being the first overall pick. I think it depends on how the lottery falls, what a team is looking for. But, he's a captain of Brampton, and, he's got the leadership skills. He's sees the ice really well. That's the one thing that I noticed about him today, is that he can read the ice really well. Great hockey IQ, and that is important. So right now, I have him at number 4 on our list. Number 3, yes, the next player, another one of my favorites, Michael Misa. I've been watching him for a couple years now. He's 6'1", 185 pounds, has 46 points in 23 games. Look at this, 23 goals. Absolutely just having a season. He is a centerman, and look at that pass right there. I love everything about his game. And like I said, one of the things that's going to happen this year is, can he maintain this pace? Can he maintain this, over or 2 points per game? And that is definitely going to help him. He could push for that top spot. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, he's got all the, skill set that NHL teams love. So, I mean, right now, 4-headed race for the first overall spot, but I got him at 3, and that is where he stands. So, number 2, yep, we got James Hagens. He's, for the most part, he's, number 1 a lot of lists as of right now. He's got 15 points in 12 games in NCAA. Decent, looking for more. They call him a Jack Hughes kind of light. He's 5'10". That is the thing that concerns a lot of people, I think, is, if you're 5'10", centerman, you got to be really, really dynamic. And he is almost there. If he can finish off the season on a tear where he just blows up and has, a great Frozen Four playoffs in the NCAA, then there is potential that, he regains that top spot. And I think it depends on what a team wants as well and, how the lottery falls, like I said. But look at that pass right there. Yeah, he's cerebral, works hard, buzzes around the ice. So, but right now I got him at number 2 because my first overall player I really, really like. I like everything about his game, and that is Matthew Schaefer. Look at these numbers, 18 points in 14 games. He's 6'2", 180 pounds, and he is one of the youngest players in this draft. He misses the next year's draft by 10 days. He's born on September 5th. So, yeah, you know what? What he's doing right now as a defenseman in his draft year and being one of the youngest on the list, it's pretty impressive. And his skating, oh my God, his skating is just phenomenal. He moves around effortlessly. Like, his skating is one of those ones where the mechanics, he just looks like he's floating on the ice. And I love everything about that. And, and he's got a little edge to him, works hard, and when you're that good of a skater, you can get yourself out of problems. Now, obviously, there are little things that he's got to work on, but I mean, minimal. Right now, I love everything about Matthew Schaefer's game, and he's putting up the numbers to back it up. And he was the captain of Team Canada, the junior team internationally. So, he's got that leadership skills, and he's an assistant captain in Erie right now. So, yeah, those are my top 16 picks. Now, like I said at the beginning of the video, if you want to see my top 32, well, I guess what? I got a website now, and it is www.nhldraftprospects.com. Now, it might not show up on Google yet because I just released it, so you might have to, go in the URL and actually type it in. But basically, if you want to see my top 32, and then you can click on the actual, players, and it'll show the YouTube videos that are associated with them. So, yeah, go check that out and let me know, what you think of the website. And that is it for today. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, hit that like button, and we'll see you soon. Cheers.